So, top 5 things about living in England from an Englishman, one with real experience. I've been here for a long time, a very long time, since birth. Yeah. YouTube loves lists, so here's a list for you. Best things about living in England. Number 5, not living in London. I know most people, they think of England and they think of old London. Lovely bloody London. Get off our little planes, head out the airport and go to London, where everyone says, all right, love, all right, governor, want a cup of tea? Don't get me wrong, I think London has some really, some really nice spots. But for me, when I think of London, when I think of that tourist getting off that plane, they're going to be greeted with extortionate prices for alcohol at the pub and the smell of piss. That's not every street, but it does kind of smell of weird sometimes. To be fair to London, the last time I was there, I was so inebriated that the smell of piss, it could have been coming from my trousers rather than the streets. So, yeah, that one's on me. Sorry about that, London. London isn't my favourite place in England, as you could probably tell, when we've got such beautiful rolling hills in the north and such a stunning coast in the south, and like those 3 mountains we got are quite nice as well. The English countryside is lovely, right? What's left of it anyway, that isn't being completely fisted by train lines being put in place by our government. It's quite a glorious thing, it's a little bit like Hobbiton, some places, but there's just more angry cows, I think, than you'll find in Tolkien, and private landowners telling you to f*** off. So, but it's quite lovely. Number 4, the accent. So if you've been to England before and you've travelled a little bit outside of London, I'm sure you'll notice the vast array of many accents. From the old West Country accent that has its charm, I think they speak a little bit like this. In West Country, it's quite nice. I'm not an accent guy, so you're going to have to forgive me. We also have, other accents which aren't sort of based on location, like a lot of these places are, but based on class. Like the really posh English accent. The posh accents, there's a lot of like mumbling. It's like a bumbling, like oh yes, I'm going to go round to Chelsea Book Fair, and I'm going to get off from a bloody lovely Father, I would love to go out to Chelsea Book Fair with you. With all these accents being in such close proximity, it really adds a lovely spice to life, just going out the motorway, you can have a Coventry accent, a Birmingham accent, a flipping Scouse accent. And then you get to Scotland, but we're not talking about Scotland. No, I hear it's quite nice. I ain't never going back. Not never.
My aunt lives in Scotland. She says it's quite nice.
Well, she's wrong. Number 3 is the pub. Now, the pub is a sacred place. It is a beautiful, warm environment that calls to every Englishman in his home. The measure of a good pub is that when you open that door, that framed, woodeny door, you are greeted by a portly landlord and the smoky beer garden. Just fills the senses. There's nothing like that gentle chortle of British men talking about the bloody footy and see the line of beers. Oh, the beers. Oh, the beers. I've been around Europe. I've had many American IPAs. I've been to Japan, tasted their lovely beers, but nothing comes close to the British ale, in my humble opinion. Nothing comes close to Timothy Taylor's Landlord. Oh my gosh, it is heaven in a glass. The pub is the main hangout for all Englishmen, so check it out. Just maybe not a gastro, try and get a bit of grit, not too much grit, you don't want to get stabbed. A little bit of grit's nice, and just make sure it's not in London, because you'll be bankrupt by the end of it. Number 2, history. History is a great thing about living in England and being an Englishman. Swords and kings and castles and shit, it's fucking the tits. Shame now that whenever we talk about history, we just go, whoosh, what shame, shame, oh, shame, oh. Yeah. People are idiots. And number 1, the best thing about living in England and being an Englishman is tea. Tea is integral to daily living. Whatever home you enter, be it rich or poor, If the homeowner does not actively dislike you, you'll be offered a cup of tea, like no matter what. Knock, knock, knock. Hello. All right, mate. Do you want a cup of tea? Yes, I can do. Tea is a substance that is continually consumed. I have like 5 a day, which is probably on the lower end of what I usually have. And there's many blends of tea, but you know, I'm an Earl Grey man myself because I'm classy as f***. But the English breakfast will always remain king in the hearts of the people. Without tea, you know, I would be lost, I think. I would have nothing to warm my soul without tea. Not the embrace of my lover, nor the heats of the morning sun would do it. Nothing hits quite like tea. So that's the list. 5 best things about living in England from your boy, you know, a genuine, authentic Englishman, guaranteed, got a certificate and everything. Please do check out my Twitch stream. It's, we have a great time. It's banging. Come have some tea, have a chill. And when I say we have a great time, I mean I have a great time. But check it out, enjoy it. I'll see you in the next one. Flippin' peace, mother flipper. If you haven't already, please leave a like and a comment on this video. It really helps. And also subscribe if you feel like it. It would be awfully lovely. Thank you so much, you son of a bitch.